I think everyone knows what Horizon Worlds is. You've probably, if not been in it, then you've stumbled across it. Meta's doing their best to integrate it into just the ecosystem itself, the Play Store. They're trying to make these worlds indecipherable from just regular paid games. And I think that it's turned a lot of people off in the past, mostly to do with promises that were not kept, such as legs animated in post during those keynote events, and just a slew of terrible kids running amok on that platform. Which I was there just the other day, kind of perusing around to see what was up, and I was surprised to discover that they've installed moderators who kind of hang out in the lobby and just say hi to people and what can I help you with. And this guy was being just assaulted by these kids. But these guys were kind of cycling in and out, supporting each other in the face of this barrage of terrible, terrible people. And that's reason enough to stay away from Horizon Worlds, I think. But the truth is that once you get in there, some of them are quite cool. It was really neat exploring the office, which had some good press a few months ago. But going in there for the first time myself, I enjoyed it. It was cool being there. But for me, the better part of Horizon Worlds is not exploring it, but rather building within it. The tools they give you are pretty phenomenal. I really have a good time building inside of it, and I've learned a lot in the year that I've been working on this, from just world design to scripting and code. And I was given a lot of help by a guy named Elias. I'm going to put his name right here. I appreciate him and on all he's done, especially in regards to some of the more complicated scripting that I was initially having trouble grasping. But now this world's done. It's called Bird's Eye, and you can check it out now. I'm making this video mostly to share it and show it off, and to say that it's not perfect, and that I haven't even had a huge group of people in there, and I think that's where the level's gonna thrive. But I wanted to explore this with you and invite you to check it out. And if you want to play it with me, just hit me up on Discord. That's going to be linked in the description. And from there, we can kind of negotiate a time and figure something out over the weekend to where we can get a bunch of us in there. Need this fantasy. But about this map, I call it Bird's Eye because it's a very large, kind of sky-high ceiling arena shooter, kind of a battle royale. And instead of weapons that outright destroy you, you're going to find mostly portal guns built after the Valve's portal. Now, you don't have two different portals. I tried doing that, but it was a bit above my pay grade. But instead, when you get hit with this portal gun, it sends you to the Doom Room, which is its own separate place with a large glass window separating them from you. And so if you get shot with that, you drop from the ceiling into that room. And in that room, a bomb falls from the ceiling every 2 minutes. And it's King of the Hill in there. If that bomb touches ground and you're not on the platform, you're kicked out of the game. And the game cycles every 8 minutes, so you'll stay in this kind of limbo for however long it takes for that 8 minutes to end. You don't want to die, you don't want to get kicked there, because then you're just twiddling your thumbs. And so, if you get hit with a teleporter and you're sent to the Doom Room, you want to fire that teleporter gun at other people, keep them off the platform, so that when the bomb strikes, you're up top, you're sent back to the main arena, the mess hall. Now this bomb right here goes from the ceiling to the floor, and it cycles through that every 2 minutes. If you're not on that top platform when it reaches the floor, you're out of the game. And so it's a King of the Hill thing. So I got to get up here quick. And meanwhile, if there are multiple people in here trying to shoot you with that, it'll continually take you off this platform, and so it's a race to the top. In this game as well, it's really, the teleporter guns are really all about inconveniencing people, continually sending them to the Doom Room, making them fight amongst each other while you're out in the mess hall having a good time, plotting out your course. But among those weapons, there are some devastating ones. There's the rocket launcher, which right now requires a direct impact. I want to change that down the line to where there's a zone to where the explosion emanates out, and if you're touched by it, then you're done. But right now, it has to be a direct impact. But that will kick you out of the game to that limbo zone. So that's a nifty gun to have if you're trying to stay on top. On top of that, there is the Mega Launcher. which is in the top furthest area of the map. And that has an enormous kill zone, like 300 feet. If you fire it at anyone, even on the other side of the building from you, it will take you out as well, and that's a permanent death. And so it's an interesting weapon to where you can only use it from up top, from that perch, from that bird's eye zone. But it's almost a guaranteed win. Like, it's devastating if you get your hands on it. But getting there is another thing altogether, because there are two perches. One houses the mega launcher, but there's also another perch that's slightly lower and on the other side of the room that has access to the rocket launcher and just a beneficial overlook to where you're mostly safe and free to snipe other players. And getting to those two places requires some skill on your part, I think. For the mega launcher, there's a hole in the ground which is just accessible to anyone. But once you're down there, you're hit with a slew of lasers and closing and lifting ceilings to where you have to make your way to this portal and stay clear of the lasers. But if you get to that portal, you're sent to the mega launcher and you're in good shape. But if you get hit by any of those, or if you get crushed, you're sent to limbo, you're out of the game. And so there's a lot to lose there if you're trying to stay on top. The rocket launcher and that perch that it's on is another story altogether. There is a hidden room. There are a few hidden rooms here that I will not be advertising how to get to them. That's for you to find. But if you do find it, it puts you at an enormous advantage. I'm showing you the room here, but how to get there is another thing altogether. And I think that that's a lot of the fun. There's another room, in fact, that's visible inside the Doom room. When you're standing up on that platform, if you look down, you'll see that the floor has this glass sheet, and it reveals a hallway in the sub-basement of this map with a big red button that says destroy all players. And it literally does that. If you push that button, then every player on the map gets a 10-second countdown. And if you're above ground, if you're not in that sub-basement area, then you're sent to limbo. It wipes you out.
Someone found a big red button, which means anyone who's not below ground in about, well, 10 seconds will be blown to smithereens. This button has been deactivated for a further 5 minutes.
And so finding access to that is beneficial as well. Now granted, there could come a time where everyone knows where all this stuff is, and it's going to be hell on earth. And maybe I'll have to change things up. I'm happy making updates to this map, but getting 8 people in this map at once, I think will lend itself to some pretty cool gameplay, to where it's just a stampede of people attempting to stay out of the Doom room, or if they are in the Doom room, stay on top of that platform, be the first out. And if you can get to that ledge, that perch with the mega launcher, then you want to maintain it and not lose it at any cost. Now there is no score limit, there's no leaderboard, there's none of that, because I'm not great at scripting these lists. I'll get better at it in time, but right now I just wanted something that was a closed system that was always running, to where if you were good at this map, you'd know it because you would never be sent to that limbo area, forced to watch a timer click down from another 4 or 5 minutes or whatever it might be. And I expect that once you find these secret areas and you begin making use of these near nuclear weapons, the game's going to change very quickly. But for me, it's been a lot of fun building it, even more fun designing some of these hard to access areas, and the guns, especially the mega launcher, to where the destruction it causes took a lot of work, a lot of scripting. It's a cool thing. I'm really happy with it. It's my first world. I hope you guys will check it out. Again, it's linked down below, and it's called Bird's Eye if you want to search for it. I would love to play it with you. I want to see what this thing can do and what it's like with a lot of people, because I haven't had any multiplayer combat in there yet. I've dropped some YouTube posts and dropped a few things on Discord, trying to arrange something, but my timing is terrible and I just never got it done. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want to play with me, if you want to organize something with a bunch of us, we'll plan it and get it done. And if you do play with me, I give you my word that I will not use the big red button. I'll spare you that humiliation. Now, I kicked this off talking about Horizon Worlds and how nightmarish some of it is with the kids, and just, I don't know, it's not a very pleasant place, but it's not all like that. It's hard to find. And so I hope that my world is a bit of an oasis to where it's not exactly designed to attract a bunch of prepubescent kids screaming, obscenities. It's really more designed for people who long for the days of Quake 2, Unreal Tournament, and Multiplayer Marathon back in the day. I really designed around some of those aspects, and I think for the most part I pulled it off. So I'd love your input. Let me know what you guys think, and maybe I'll see you there. The next world I build, of course I have some stuff going on between now and getting to work on that, but I plan on recreating the Fawlty Towers Hotel. And I'm thinking of mixing it up to where it's as realistic as I can make it. You'd have the dining room, the kitchen, the office, the pub, the upstairs, and a laundry basket with an arm sticking out of it, stuff like that. But it's such a small location, I'll probably have it so that the front door just melds into the entrance to Cheers, probably the bar, to where there are two signature locations that both represent the golden age of sitcoms. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's what's on my mind. It's what I'm planning, I think. And that's all I got. So I hope you guys will check it out. Reach out on Discord if you want to play. Subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell. It would mean a lot to my channel. I have memberships where you can get early access, members-only videos, a few live streams, access to marbles, which is always a great time. And it's a great way of supporting my channel if this content brings anything to you. And that's it. Godspeed.